through the glass into a new life. 'Cause it's me and the slasher flame. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flame. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flame. And I'm gonna be the
What is up, everybody? It's been a day of time talking to my cable company. My internet wasn't working when I got up today. We're running now. It's like the third time since our storms that my cable has been like up and down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have a bunch of cool stuff today to go over. We have the new stuff I've been working on, along with Archiver contacted me after Gen Con, and they said, we got some stuff to send you. They had a Kickstarter recently, about this time last year. If you guys don't remember Archiver was the game that we played that was our group playing a film crew. And we did it on that habitat that was getting shut down that had like the slasher Jason Voorhees vibe last October. Super, super fun. That's where Sex Audio 22 came from. So this group has a new game called Omen Drome. And I have a feeling it's going to be like VHS meets maybe Smash TV. I haven't read it yet, so we're going to look over that live today. On top of that, we're going to show off a new West Marches app and take a look at that. I'm not too deep into it, but I wanted to show you guys what it is, kind of what I'm building with it. And we have a little bit of news to start the show, but not a lot. Actually, the news cycle's a little light for tabletop right now. Like let me double check my notes here. Most of this stuff we've talked about already. I don't think there's really a ton of new news. Yeah, no, it's not. Huh. So I guess we won't be doing a lot of news. We'll be skipping most of it. I think there's only one thing right now. I said CT live, checking my notes. Yeah, no, there's nothing. There's really nothing. So we might not have much news here. We might just be going right into like talking reviews and stuff. But how's everybody else been? Anything fun with any of you? I see Servings here. I saw Nessie sneak in. I saw Kyle sneak in. I think a Nick just showed up. Hey, everybody. Did anybody have anything fun this weekend? Did you guys do anything fun? Well, let me tuck this away with my little video game controller. Anything fun for anybody? I've been chilling. I got some new ink for some of my ink pens. I'm deep into design. So I'm looking around to see if there's anything new to showcase. Oh, I do. Did I show you guys this? I don't think I showed you this yet. So I got a couple things. This other one's gonna be hard to get. I take stuff down to get it. So I was looking around online and I was trying to find something to put my Breachers recipe cards in. You got some W, nice. I picked up this on Amazon for like $10. At top, it's got a slot for your phone. This is for the card, a slot for your phone. It comes with a bunch of random recipe things that I don't need because I'm going to print my own. But it does come with some dividers. And like the measuring thing and stuff like that. Right? I don't do any politics in this channel, Nick. There's enough of that shit in the world. So I don't ever do anything. I don't believe in, as an entertainment group, I don't want to swing into that at all. You know what I mean? So I've been getting my kit together for conventions for Breachers. So I redid my sheets. I printed these down. I got them down to A5s. They're double-sided. I trimmed them a little close on the one side on accident, but whatever. So I was just batch trimming them because I just printed so many. I just didn't care. But everything is readable, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. But they're just printed to be backside. Right? Yeah, it's the Nick. Nick, that's the game plan. So I did those, but this is what I'm really happy about. I made table tents for each character. So when you fan them out, I'm working a lot on breachers. I'm really trying to get this cartographer. I wanted the cartographer out last week, but I really just wanted to give it another pass before I did anything. So you have all the art, right? All the little art pieces from the book. Okay. And then when you flip them around, it's got the information, DCs down the side, information here for what breacher tokens are, or breacher points. Your AC hit points, and to roll a d4 for your breacher points is here. Stats, and then they have their background and their ability, their languages, and their stuff. And they're just little table tents to set down. And I did this because I wanted, like, when you're playing the game, so you could see what your companions look like. And then still have some factual info in the back that's, like, basic, like a mini player screen. Like, I'm always so surprised that there's not more foldouts like this that are player screens. You know what I mean? Like, to get you the information you need as a player. So I did these. I'm probably going to print one more run of them. They print on 111 by 17. And then super quick trim job. It works really well. So I did that. I'm probably going to print a couple more character sheets. I keep making this. I have a loop that I put around this. I think I'm making it too tight or something because it fits great. But then I can never get it back on without tearing. I have to, like, untape it like this. I need to do some quick release tape for it so I don't damage them. And then put them back in place. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's a piece of scrap paper from literally cutting these. So I did those. I'm really happy with that. What else can I show you? Oh, I picked up 11 by 17 laminator on sale for $40. Normally $100. It does cold and hot. So I can laminate my maps for dry erase, like the ones I use a lot. So like the breachers maps and stuff like that. It came with some 11 by 17 and some smaller laminate sizes here. And then I picked up a big pack of 11 by 17s to laminate them for the maps. I like laminated maps for games because you can just draw on them and write on them and treat them like a combat map. So that's all the new stuff that I can show right now. The breacher box, I'm really excited to, like, slowly build this up. For those who don't know, I use I have a travel box that has a bunch of index cards in it. And I pack all my, like, essential GM gear in it. This one I'm going to paint so it looks like stone. Because all the walls in there are stone. And I'm going to put some, like, crimson mold on it and stuff like that to make it look like something found in there. I'll probably have some of the wood showing still. I'll tape it off or mask it. And put that out. But I'm excited to print all my... I think I have 20... Back to grade school. It does, doesn't it? It does. We had our Dragon Sandbox meeting last night, and I showed it off, and there's a couple teachers that are in there like, oh, what laminator did you get? But, so it's pretty cool. I'm excited to kind of get this stuff together. And these little breacher boxes, I love the look of them. They're super easy to make. They're just dremeled out, but for $9, it's super clean. It's supposed to have a magnet. Oh, excuse me. And it kind of magnetizes, but not really. But I love that you can put your phone in it. Now, granted, with a case, it's a little weird. It cuts it off. But you can have your recipe behind it or my monster behind it, but I can put my phone on it to have the information. So if it's setting off to the side here and I need to scroll through stuff, I can treat it like a little stand. Which sounds stupid, but it's a big deal. So you can kind of set up the things you're looking at, put your adventure there, put your note there, whatever you want, and be good to go. And I know they did it that way so you could look at a recipe with a recipe card behind it. I think it's weird that their order, though, is phone, recipe card. Wouldn't it make more sense to have the phone back here and the recipe card up front? You know what I mean? To see the recipe? I don't know. So, pretty excited for that. That's all the new stuff. Let me swap this song here because I don't want to play in the versions with audio lyrics. Actually, White Bat just put out a 4-hour horror synth collection. Let's do that. Since I can still play White Bat. So with that, I think we are pretty good to go. Like I said, there's really no tabletop news. We've already talked about Warframe in Starfinder. We've talked about Diablo getting a roleplay game. The Kickstarters in fall. There is. Hold on, there is something. I fucking forgot about this. What? No. Where's it at? Apparently, Apocalypse World is going to be getting a 3rd edition. It's called like Burned Over, I think. Yeah. But there was a news article on it, though, that I wanted. Let me find this news article. Hearing laminate makes me think of Greg Davies and his joke about how the laminator is the greatest piece of stationery for people. It is kind of one of the greatest pieces of stationery. It really is, though. Right? I mean, I think so. Like, are you telling me it's not one of the best pieces of stationery? I mean, I feel like it really is. I think that's actually a true statement. Put my bumper on here. Trying to fix something here. Huh. My episode's not wanting to show for some reason. There we go. So, let's do a little news. I don't think I'm going to record this section. I think it's too light of a news day for me to want to record it. I don't think it's super huge, but it's fun. I at least want to talk about it a little bit. I can always clip it out if I want. But I don't think I'm going to record this one. So let me put this up here real quick. That's the Coriolis one. Huh. Weird. I don't think I've ever had this episode thing do that to me. Let me check something here, everybody. I apologize. I can definitely talk while I'm doing this, though. But we're going to go over 2 news articles. Nothing crazy. But my Omendrome didn't download. And my September 10th news piece is not the right size. It made it 720 instead of 1080. So I got to re-download it. And I got to reapply it. Gutenberg with a laminator? I mean, really, what would he have used it for? What would he have done? I don't think there's anything he could have added. Like, a laminator. I guess the laminator could have pulled and then things could have dropped off it or something. I do have coffee. What W? Oh, I know I was asking Nick. What W did you order? Somebody else has ordered a bunch. I'm telling you, for that W, if you have fruit or bitters, just a dash, just to cut down, because Every powdered version has some powder. Theirs is the least I've had, but a little acid from a lime or something makes a huge difference. Huge difference, dude. Actually, every time before I go to work, I usually have some. So let me fix this. And pull this back over here. Okay, I think I fixed it already. Oh, Kyle ordered Dubby. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. I thought it was Nick. It was Kyle. I'm sorry, bud. What flavors did you get? Tiger's blood. It's good for like an energy drink, man. Powder one, and it's made from coffee derivative too. None of the harmful shit in it. Allie said it's helped a lot with like balancing the meds she's on. She has to have some caffeine and stuff with it, and some of the other things in it, she said helped her a ton. So I was like, oh, that's fucking good to hear that it's not an absolute waste, you know what I mean? But I waited a year before I even talked about it. Like I think I mentioned it in passing, but it's all right. Let's go over a couple things. I think this one. I think this is the one we wanted. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to talk about. We're hitting that horror movie season, everybody. So we're into the thick of it now. We're into my favorite time. Favorite time. So man, this music is hella quiet. There we go. It's like I couldn't even hear it. Anyway. All right. So this should work now. Come on, show ad. Nope. What is this doing? My ads are drunk. My ads are absolutely drunk today, everybody. So I've deleted those out like 3 or 4 times, and it just keeps doing it. Deleted it again. Nope. Deleted it again. We need 10th. September 10th, news. One more time for the fucking audience in the back. Hey! There we go. All right, let me cue some music for this. I am going to record it, I decided. Just because it's good to have, and I can always put it out if I get a good piece out of it. We're going to use... let me get these instrumentals in line. I'll use Lance. Severance? We'll use Severance. No. We'll use this one. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. It is September 10th. A short news day, but some fun stuff on here. At least to me, it's fun. So I'm excited to go over 3 articles today. I think they're important to what's going on in just the tabletop RPG sphere. All right. So let's kick this off. We'll get it going with a little bit of Halloween love. I feel like if I didn't do Halloween stuff or the spooky season, I would be doing myself and everybody who watches this show a disservice. Right? So let's turn the music down a touch for you. Let's head over to the table. We'll take a look at the first one, Hellspawn. Yeah, man. Hellspawn is preparing to launch. I am excited for this one. It's obviously a Mork Borg style. It's the Infernal Break into the Dying. This is an amazing looking piece. Hellspawn is a standalone tabletop role-playing game of infernal servitude, collapsing realities, and procedural dread. Designed to be fully compatible with Mork Borg, Cyborg, Pirate Borg, Frontier Scum, Ronin, Vaskrim, and Court Borg. So basically this interprets each of those settings as dying worlds. So it takes each one of those and makes a Dying World version of it. This is kind of smart, man. It now ties you to all of these campaign settings with one book. So you're a true supplement for everything on the market. Fun as hell. Great art. And it looks like it's made to be bolted on. So, super fun. It's 2 to 5 players, GM, all the normal things. Nearly all board verse games. A couple new cult generators and stuff like that coming to it. The pre-launch page you can find here. Obviously, the show notes will have the link to this article over on Rascal News. But it was really cool. It's a small art team, too. And I dig this grungy character sheet for the next part, which I think is fun. And I love seeing people do unique things in the Mork board, but the idea of combining everything into one book for every setting as Dying Worlds is just, I think it's a really fun idea. I really do. So up next, we're talking about Apocalypse World gets a 3rd edition. So I'm a big Apocalypse World fan. Even more Blades in the Dark, but I love Apocalypse World. And the fact that they're doing a 3rd edition is pretty nice. It's been a long time coming, if you ask me. There's been so many innovations in the structure of using a Blade system, like with Forged in the Dark, to the Apocalypse World engine. I'm curious to see what Keith's going to do when he brings this out. I met him during the Gamerati tour, and I got to play Dogs in the Vineyard with him, which is a wild look at Mormonism. And you're playing like the dogs of Mormonism, going in and like fighting, what was it? Demons and spirits and stuff like that. Really cool. Kind of a Wild Westy feel to it. I actually liked it a lot. So this is coming real soon. I'm excited that they're doing it. It's been a decade. I don't think he's going to shake it up. I know him well enough. I don't think he's going to change it that much. But Apocalypse World original, powered by the Apocalypse, gets a revamp. Apocalypse World Burned Over. And then Lumpley Games announced that they'd be doing this and relaunching it. I think this is happening soon. Like real soon. Which I'm excited because I feel that after all of it, if he doesn't make something amazing out of this, that will be, well, it'd be disappointing. But I've never seen him not produce a next level game. He is one of those designers that always kind of shakes up the indie scene, which makes me excited to see. So, oh, hey, stay on top of the news. So that's pretty cool. The next one is going to be a full section that we're going to be talking about, but I want to at least mention it, especially with what's going on right now with Critical Role. I think that this is important. So currently I have been playing with a new West Marches styled web app. Micah from Dragon Sandbox found this and sent it my way. There's a Patreon for it as well. I'll link the show notes down below. But I've been using this because it combines everything that is needed to run a West Marches style game through Discord. I want to do a deep dive on this once I have more of it set up. But today I at least just wanted to showcase the concept of what it does. So the Breacher's Living Wall is my West Marches setting that I'm getting ready to put out for Breachers in my Discord. Allow people to keep their characters, play them, and make all the amazing things that they want to do happen. But it's hard to organize West Marches games online. You're talking about player-driven exploration, a GM having to hand out just so many like coins and XP and weapons and gear, all that kind of crap. Well, this one handles it. It even lets you build kind of your own character sheet for it. You can see Pan here. And you can see that like I'm trying the XP thing out here. It's really easy up in the right. You can give rewards. You can make new categories to give. Right? So if I want to give him an experience point and a gold, I can. Now, I'm not going to do that yet because I want you to see how it interacts with the site. You can even post adventures. The best thing about the posted adventures is my test run here. You can see Test McTesterton. It allows you to add those tests to your calendars at home. It'll tell you who is signed up for it. You can even clone it. You can reassign a GM. I'll blow it up here. And you can even sign up. And you pick your character to sign up for it. But then you can distribute points to everybody who signed up as well. If everyone signed up, you can send out information to all those people. On top of that, if I can't make it and another GM needs to do this, I can send this to another GM to use it. Really easy, really clean. Everything is editable. But it got one step better. I think the next hardest part about running a West Marches is like buying and selling stuff. A GM has to have hands-on time. Well, not with this. It already has a bunch of systems integrated. For example, this is the Shadow Dark one. And you can buy and sell things. Excuse me. Buy and sell things for your character. So you're all set up for this. And there's all the other things that cost more gold than I have. But you can do two other things with this. I can even add my own. So I added Breacher's gear, right? I added the fact that there is Breacher weapons. And then things that cost Breacher coins are separate if I have a Breacher coin, right? And all those things are here. And then if you look at them, they even have the descriptions below them so you know what they do. And then if we go into settings here, this allows you to set all of your community guidelines, your homepage content, and then Discord notifications to bump things to different channels, which I'm going to show quickly. All your role permissions, your character settings. You can see I'm adding stuff for the character. I even have how to build your character creation. I even made a full rollable table, and this is what the players see when they go to make their character, right? And then you can make adventure settings, and you can make setting pieces in Wikipedia. You can customize experience ladders, so mine's set up for Shadow Dark. You can add new currencies. You can update your marketplaces. And when you update a marketplace, I can even update the ones that they have by putting the descriptions, or I can go in here and edit them and fill out the spreadsheet, right? You can even disable ones as they get sold. And you can add tags for category and rarity. You can even drag these around, just like you would in a normal spreadsheet. But this allows you to be hands-off on the things that players can just buy and be player-focused in their exploration and deciding what they want to do. Then there's a world wiki that you can build. I haven't started this yet, but once you do the wiki, everyone can take a look at it, what's important. Regions and travel. Once you have the wiki up, you can put travel information here, which is what I'm working on now. And then there's community boost, because players boost the community. But once you're playing, I don't think it'll be hard. Basically, when you subscribe to his Patreon for $3, you get a free boost, and they can just boost their community for play. And then there's community management here for transferring ownership, deleting the community, and everything like that. Look, with West Marches being what Brennan Lee Mulligan is going to run, like Brennan Lee Mulligan's going to run stuff for a West Marches style game. And I think an app like this will allow other players to do this in a really clean way. Now, with that said, I have my private area open. And I just want to show you what happens when notifications go out, just so you can see how this functions, right? Like nothing else matters in here other than this. And this is just a secret area within my section. So let me show you this for the last part of this kind of news section for September 10th. So this here, if I go over back into my characters, and let's just say I make a new character, right? I can randomly roll everything, and we're just going to say his name is Gringle. I don't have a URL for his sheet yet. That's something that's going to be a problem. And I fill all this stuff out, right? What ends up happening, just like here, I'll do this. I will use an edit on him. And I will grab this just to show you that we're making Pan 2.0, right? So we'll make Pan 2.0. Pan 2.0. Pan live. And then I'll put the character URL in. And we know he's a golem. He's a dungeon chef. And then his background, we'll just say he is a cook. And then he's done one sojourn. He's got 7 hit points. And then he's got an 11 AC. You get the point, right? When you go through these and fill them all out, we'll just make him an average Joe. And then for background, we'll just put the test. And then for down here, for things I want, best chef ever. And I'm going to save it. Now, over my Discord channel, you can see this stuff where we were testing things out in the background, right? Watch this. I'm going to create this character. He's now a fake character. If I go here, it tells you we made a new character. And it even says awaiting approval. Then you go in here and I can approve this character, right? A character gets approved and it says it. Now, when I click this, it will take you to the character sheet, which is linked inside of my Discord. So all your breacher notifications come up in here. You can see where I've tested soldier and stuff like new rewards and when rewards go out. So if I, for example, give this character 5 experience points and 8 gold, and I distribute the rewards, it does its job and goes right to the Discord and tells it so everybody can track it. And characters are allowed to make threads to continue conversations on things. There'll be a guild hall general. I put a new dice roller in so you can roll your character dice in here. And you can see the new sojourns here. And I had Serving Hands test that there's a discussion here as we tried to make sure that everything worked. Same for breacher submission when breachers get submitted and so on. Look, I think that this is going to do amazingly. Not just the breacher side of it, but I think that the actual concept of having access to a West Marches driven web app will let people run this stuff really well, really clean. So I'm excited for this. With that said, Breachers will be coming out here probably in October. It's going to be a West Marches style play. But as for news for the day on Corpse Talk Live, that's all I got. It's a light news day. Down below, the links to all the articles will be there. I just want to say thank you to all of my Patreon members. I think that is super important. Without them, I couldn't do any of the stuff that I'm doing. So let's give them a little love, shall we? So thank you to all these amazing people that make this possible. Without them, I couldn't be anywhere near where I am. We're at almost 530 people. I'm looking to hit at least 1,000 by the end of this year. I have so many videos coming out as Barnacle Bud season is slowing down, and I have more time to be here doing this. On top of that, let me tell you, the cartographer's coming out. It's almost done. It's in its final pass, and all these amazing people here are the reason I get to do this stuff. If you're looking for some class that is built for Shadow Dark that allows you to do all the things that are mapping and being resourceful and helping your party, but still being a badass, Cartographer is probably going to be that class for you, especially if you're going to be doing any West Marches style play for the new expansion for Shadow Dark, or if you're part of this community, Breachers. That's it for me for Corpse Talk Live and the news for September 10th. If you're here live, stick around. We got a lot more to do. To all you that are watching this later, stay fucking rotten. All right. So, with that said, now we get into the fun stuff. So, dude, that Hellspawn thing, this looks cool as shit. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I think the idea of fucking building dead worlds around everything is great. Oh, thanks, Serving Hands. Yeah, dude, you can't make this stuff work unless people test it. And I just wanted to get things out of the way because we always have problems with like the gifts not wanting to play because I'm using MYTHIC on top of everything else. So you really have to kind of put it through the paces. I'm excited, though, to be able to run some West Marches. Because the wall is basically a West Marches campaign, but inside that wall. I'm excited for it. Like, I really, really am. And hopefully we get some GMs. I have like 2 others interested in running stuff so that I can also play some fucking games. Right now, I think we're going to do it to where we have 1 day a week that there's just always a game. And then we can schedule other games at times permit. That's the game plan. That's our hopes. So it'll be fun. I'm excited about it. It should be an interesting way to expand like my version of organized play for fucking Breachers. That's a game plan at least. So, before we get into Omendrome, I wanted to show you where we are with the cartographer class, just to give everyone a quick update. So this went through numerous revisions. I'm still going through it again. I love the cartographer class as a whole. I haven't really talked about everything that's in here. Let me swap our music. Swappy. So, also, how is the music? Too loud? It seems really quiet when I'm over on this. I have it at minus 45, so let me know if it gets too loud. So, the way this works is the dagger, ink blade is a new weapon, short bow, short sword, and staff, leather armor, and shield, D6 hit points, 2 additional rare language. I figure cartographers got to read maps and do shit like that. Tactical map. They carry a tactical map gauntlet. It's like a gauntlet with a cylinder on the backside here so you can rotate it. And then you have a chalkboard on your wrist so you can mark things as you're going through. Probably really, I should say a wax pen. That probably makes more sense than chalk, to be honest. And then you get advantage on your int sojourn rules. Shortcut once per sojourn, mark a secret path between 2 hexes. So before you go on your adventure, be like, there's going to be a secret pass between these 2 hexes. Okay, thank you, Serving Hands. While at the guild, once inside, skip 2 days of travel. Refresh at the guild or gather new intel inside the wall. So basically, you find out there's a shortcut and you can just cut 2 days of travel off. So it's supposed to be a 6-day travel somewhere, you can cut 2 off, which makes them really important to know shortcuts up and down through the wall to, through side passages and so on. Arcane Mark. This is a marker's different. Once per day, you can mark a visible target with a magical glyph for 1d4 plus 1 days. A glowing symbol tracks their hex on your map as long as you remain within 10 hexes. So as long as they don't really bail on you somewhere. And then there's scroll casters, but it's 12 plus spell tier, not 10 plus spell tier. So pretty fun. Yule, all new gear. The ink blade allows you to mark people, which is super fun. Their tactical gauntlets got upgrades that you can get. Really basic shit, but fun. The map walker's harness, it's based on the old gnomish armor where you put all your tools in it, and that gives you your AC. So it's 11 plus dex, but there's 3 slots to hold item. Each slot gains a +1 armor, max of 3. So as long as you're willing to carry the weight, you have a 13 armor with it. It's just fun. And then it'll break down all the gear. And then this is the part that's taking a long time. I'm making all my art right now for it. How soldier and camps work. How you can upgrade a soldier in camp, or for the GM, when they find one, what could be there. And then this is their gear and what it is. And then stumbling into a camp and the rules for a GM, putting camps on the map. I basically tell them to place 4 soldier in camps per quadrant, because remember, it's 4 quadrants. 1 to 2 forward camps per quadrant. 1 rook camp near the middle of the map, and 1 that's under attack somewhere. And then they roll. So you roll a d6, and this determines how hostile or friendly it is. And then you roll another d6, and that gives you if it's ruined, spoiled, raided, weakened, intact, or fortified, and then what that means. Right? And then this is the area I'm building right now. I'm building these 2 out. Camp condition 1 is horror and corruption table. Camp condition 2 is hostile occupiers. Camp condition 3 is unstable and strange. And camp condition 4 is salvageable and fortified. You'll notice there's like an unfinished rook that you can find. Or at the very high end, a guild beacon. So super fun way to have regular set up camps and what they do. And they're weighted based on what is rolled here. At that minus 30, you're not going to get this top tier group up here. You're not going to get these at minus 30, which you shouldn't. You shouldn't get salvageable and fortified. The best you could get is this gravity inversion. Real fun for you. So that's what I did. These are all just spare pages as I'm breaking things down. And then I finished the special locations on the back. So it's coming along. I just really want to polish these last couple pages. And I'm adding 3 pieces of art into it. But because of this, right now, this zine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pages. 17 pages. So I'm probably going to have to add, because 4, 8, 12, 16. I'm probably going to have to add some blanks. Wait, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I'll have to add a blank or an ad page. I think I might do an ad on the back. And then I'm trying to decide if I want anything on the inside covers. Because our Berserker, this one, doesn't have anything on the inside covers. She's just the class, right? It's just a small Berserker class. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. She's just a PDF. I don't have her in a print form yet, right? Because I kind of want to combine all of the classes into a print form eventually. But anyway, I just want to kind of show you what we're working on. I'm really happy with this class. It's super fun. Playing one in a home game. Well, I got to play him once so far, but I like him a lot. But that takes us into our next section. Everybody, I'm kind of excited for this. This part's just us looking through it. We will do a recorded version of this at the end. Omendrome is made by the same people who made Archiver. Archiver was a riot last season when we did it. I met the gentleman at, I think it was Gamehole Con. And then from Gamehole Con, we met again at Gen Con at the Ennies. I shot the shit with him at the Ennies. And then after that happened, I was super excited to talk to him about Omendrome. I missed the Kickstarter. And it was when Nick was showing me all the stuff, that big package deal of all the Kickstarters. Well, Nick, I have Omendrome now. So today we're going to look over this piece. It's a 35-page one. I'm curious if it's an edition. I love the art. I'm a big fan of VHS. All this seems really good. This creepy horror synth, though, may not be the right song for this. So let's get the right song for this. I think this is probably more suited. We'll do the industrial metal playlist, Exterminator. So this is 1E, used for Mothership 1E. I love this logo. I love the static TV look. And get your hyperlink drink ready, everybody. It's hyperlinked. Cheers. That's right. It's hyperlinked. That's what we want. Because if it's not hyperlinked, it's not good for me. This is the same company that when I was getting ready to run Archiver, kindly within 24 hours gave me form fill sheets for everything. So the overview, let's get our color out here. Let's get ready to do some highlighting. I feel like red would be the color of choice, right? Right. Let's go with it. Oh, no, because the red might just look like we are highlighting it already. We'll pink it. We'll pink it. So, Omendrome overview, how to make movies, D100 Omendrome programs, Mamba Barang, S6200, or 6200, Shrug joins, Jesco White, Victory, Corpus, Statue of, what is this, Meltrandi, Edith, these are all bounties. Awesome. Awesome. Now let's take a look at what we got here. Mature audiences only. This module contains instances of body horror, violence, mutilation, self-inflicting harm, and substance abuse. Recommended for players of the age of 17. That's right. Get your fucking children out of here. This is a real game. Real excited about that. I think the first thing I would say for me is this gray needs to be toned down. It makes it really hard to read this text. Maybe in print it's not as bad. Hopefully he's at Gamehole Con so I can talk to him and pick up a copy. I really want to share a beer with this guy and just sit down. I want to have him on for an interview as well. But this is a little dark. Omendrome is a pirate shock TV station operating in secret outside of the law. They broadcast the worst that the universe has to offer. and their morbid audience is craving more content. Omendrome needs spacefaring filmmakers, aka archivers, to risk health and sanity to capture the best footage of humanity's worst existence. Player characters choose a high-value targets, 7 to 16, and the warden will recreate unique bounty hunting scenarios, 18 to 31, tailored for mercenary documentarians. Shoot footage, not guns. Maybe we do this for October. I don't know if Slit would be back. I know Brianna can't make it. We wouldn't have Sex Audio 22. But this could be fun. Maybe Drew could come do it. Ooh. I'll have to talk to the cast. I wouldn't mind doing this as like the little mini campaign between. We always do like one in October. Omendrome calls you how to use this zine. Call screens can be accessed through the PC's ship comm monitor. Those lucky enough to find the Omendrome's casting call will discover subject leads, shot list, and reward terms for the broadcast station's next big syndicated hit. Wardens may thematically integrate the codes, names, clues from the call screens into their current campaign or use the call screens as a jumping off point for a one-shot. Call screen is a PC's only source of information for their bounty assignment. It contains a mix of helpful leads, cryptic warnings, and red herrings. Encourage PCs to analyze every code coordinate and description to begin their investigation. So, I don't want to ruin the adventure for anybody. But this is their simplified version of how to make movies. Which you remember we have that big shot list that's in the Archiver book, which is awesome. Assist capture, all that kind of jazz. Long shot list. Royalties. Omendrome programs. That's awesome. Oh yeah, then these are the call things. Here, let me make this fit the screen. Look at these digitized, like, old school, CVTV styles. And they're all blurred, right? And I'll show you why they're blurred. Server. This is Victor Stance. Victor Stance, aka Vic, aka Victory, generating image. I love these. These are super fun. File missing, right? So these all bounties on the board. This is from here down is only for us, and now you can see the art. And this is the breakdown on running the game and the different people who are involved in this. Right? Look at this creepy fuck. Oh, these are some great art pieces, dude. And they're all different bounties for you to take care of, to fight over. Right? Creepy DOS games back in the day. Yeah, it does. It does feel like those creepy DOS games. So this has a really good kind of like influence on it. The Uppercut. This is a dossier file. This is the Omendrome. This is the ship. Right? This is the layout of the ship. And then your local stations and the different signals. Each bounty includes an 8-digit signal address noted at the top of the call screen, which corresponds to the location of a hidden relay station. When archivers upload their footage for the submission via call screen, the data transmits to one of those nearby stations. The Omendrome makes scheduled visits to each of these stations for equipment maintenance or upgrades. That's cool. Docking protocol, the crew. That looks like a flying head. And then I love this art on the back. Like digital film, I think is what that's supposed to be. Super fun. So I don't want to ruin it because it's a fucking adventure, right? And then other things that come with it. They also give you this, which is the art and the individual packs of information. So the GM has access to this, right? That ugly motherfucker. And then if we do this, they even have, let me upload another one. They have the adjusted map as well. And this is the map. So you have access to the map and everything that's going on. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this would be an amazing Halloween thing to run. And our last work was great. I loved Archiver and the concept of Archiver and playing a movie crew. Like, if you don't remember, hold on, if you don't remember Archiver, let me open Archiver up real quick for us so we can talk about that in parallel. Archiver was the one that's Mothership that they did, and it has all of the rules for making a film crew. For those who missed it last year is why I'm saying that. Let me find my Mothership. I think I put Archivers in here. So we want Hyperlink Edition. This was Archiver. Right? You guys probably remember us going over this on the show before. But you have the camera operator, the producer, the sound recordist, the utility technician, and then the archiver skills. The way I explain this is, remember what we do in the shadows? How there's a film crew following him around the whole time? That's this. Yeah, Jason last year. Yeah, it had a false killer and a Jason, which was fun. And the filming process and how it's done, your sheets, your shot list, all of this stuff. I really enjoyed this. Really, really liked it a lot. So that might be a good Halloween. Maybe we already got the overlays for this. This could be kind of fun to run Omen Drone. I think this, like, does he have let's go back to the adventure. I want to know if he mentions like what you should watch. Like what this is inspired by. I don't see any inspired by here. Is there an inspired by at the back? No. Let's look this up. I'm backer kit. I want to watch this again so we know what it is.
Lynn here, dropping in with Omen Drone and a flash update for all you bounty hunters out there. Mothership Month has officially ended. It's now only a matter of time until these 21 tiers come rapping at your door. So don't panic, stay frosty, and sit tight because something really...
Oh, this is just the ad for the whole thing. So here it is. Owen Drome. I love this all crinkled and shit. Rated TVM for Mothership. So does it talk about Pauling TV requires subject, Owen Drome pirate shock TV station operating in secret outside the law. They broadcast. That's the same thing we read. Damn, I was hoping there was that's a great. This is a fucking awesome shot. That is super cool looking. I don't even care if it's digitally composed. That's amazing. I was hoping I'm gonna have to have him on. I was hoping he'd say what the inspiration for was. You know what I mean? Because I know Nick did this. Nick, you grabbed a whole bunch of stuff off this Mothership thing, right? I don't know what size supply box you did, but I totally forgot about it when we were talking about it. But this was the latest one from him. So that's awesome that this got put out. And then it's using Archiver still. I'll talk to the gang. Maybe I'll run this. Maybe this could be a really fun set piece. Or maybe I'll run this at Gamehole Con. Right? So if this is Omen Drome, and this is the ship. No, not that. If this is the ship here, is this the Omen Drome? Because if that's the Omen Drome, what is this? Is that the station? That's the TV station. Is this the Omen drone ship then? Like, that's, I guess, my question. Like, what is this ship? You know what I mean? Unless it's part of this. Radar jammer, medium commercial, parasitic growth, retractable docking bridge, signal interceptor. I'm curious as to how this tacks on. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you run this... Let me close this. The call screen is a PC-only source of information. Okay. Wardens use subject dossier to create and craft the horrific reality of their scenario. Every Omen Drone bounty contains a dramatic reveal or revelation that PCs will encounter only when they truly confront their documentary subject. Film crews may find themselves at the moral crossroads and beginning to question the true nature of their assignment. Ask PCs what side of the story they want to film, how they want to film it, and who they ultimately want to give footage to. That all makes sense. I just want to know what this is. Is this the Omen drone? I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss because I don't understand what that is. I love the programs. This is great. The guy's rolled a 72. And his 72 is Black Hole Fest, no survivors. Everybody needs a Black Hole Fest, no survivors. That might be right here. That's how your life ends, everybody. That's how everything goes sideways really fast. And these are all different TVs. I Eat Dirt. Undercover Mob Boss. The Ugliest Children. Also amazing. Just to highlight a few of them, right? Fright Gallery, My Gross Robot, Kiss Me Android, Bride Duel. Bride Duel, also good. What do we got in this column? Chop Chef, not Top Chef. Chop Chef. You all know I love that. Decapitation Island. Oh, that's even better. I want it just to be the roof. There we go. That's fucking fun. America's Funniest Dog Attacks. Guns Greater Than Family. Oh my God. Black Hole Fest sounds something that Jared Leto would be into. Maybe. I'm curious. I'm going to ruin one person. I just want to see how they have this set up. So let's do, I like this first one. Let's go look at the actual GM version of it. I'm curious how he has it set up. Unknown, frail, TV evangelist, Amplify worshiper, converting hundreds of followers by the day through his local broadcast. Many of his listeners die during his sermon. Location, Echelon 4B, Ordale Valley. Mamba's on a circular stage at the center of the most gathering, consisting of hundreds of Amplifier worshipers and cultists. 100 more arrive daily. Other warrants, Marduk family, a wealthy family, offering 500 KCR for returning their daughter, Sybil, who they believe ran away to join the Amplifier worshiper cult. Peace, Order, Security, POS, local police unit, Calvert Station 99. Hey, it's Jared Leto, everybody. Finding Mamba's broadcast on Pirate Public Access Channel, and then tracing the signal will reveal the location of the nearby Echelon 4B. Cultists are spotted having bulging skulls, if spoken to, they tend to boast about their pilgrimage to Echelon B4 or 4B to see Mamba. Is this Mamba number 5? I hope not. I hope this isn't Mamba number 5. Please don't let her be. Cultists are spotted having vaulting skulls. Okay, anyway. Their pilgrimage is known as the Ka Live Amp Stage, translated roughly to the 5th migration. Mamba broadcasts live for 9 straight days, followed by 1 day of rest, where there is no outgoing broadcast signal. Sun is the amplified manufacturer and supplier to Mamba. Mamba organization can be found on their invoices as the Ordeal Congregation LLC. Moist noise, a mass exposed flesh creates a hot fog of sweat, reduced visibility to close range while they're inside the valley. Amazing. Moist noise, towering loudspeaker blaring, stomach churning tunes as Mamba cries guttural invocations, comms instead of recording checks at disadvantage. Untrained ears, those who hear his voice must make a sanity or fear save, otherwise suffer 1d4 explosive head damage. Saves can be made with advantage if listening through broadcaster headphones, so your audio guy would be safe. Right? Pit of Flesh, Mamba's followers wallow in a mass of violent meditation. Passing through the crowd by foot will take 1d4 plus 30 minutes. Body save every few minutes when the pit, within the pit, or be crushed by the Pit of Flesh, damage 2d4 blunt. Players who gain a wound while in the pit will panic. And then the pit signal overflow, popcorn heads, cultist heads explode around the PCs every 1d10 minutes. Fear save, otherwise freeze in place. If Mamba dies, all heads will explode, causing panic to all PCs. And then sound direct, plug the camera in or sound recorder directly into the mixer board, locate on stage. Is the only way to capture any usable audio footage submitted without direct in audio will be deemed as unmatched deliverable during the client review process. Blind ego, Mamba cannot see, but those with a camera will gain his favor. This is a great write-up. This is like an adventure all in one sheet. Like, legitimately is. I'm going to highlight this. Highlight leads, highlight details, highlight dossier, and then so it's page 18 and page, I'm going to cut to page 18. Okay. All right, cool. I'm ready to record for this. We're going to record our little backup thing. But because I'm smart, because I'm SMRT, hold on here. SM, and tons of hyperlinks in there too, which makes me really happy. Episode I pre-batched and made this. I'm going to do this song for it too, actually. All right. So we're going to record this. I'm going to go back to full screen. We're going to cut off the Omen Drome piece here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go back to here for Archiver so we can show people Archiver as well. Page fit. All right. All right, everybody. I'm going to highlight this. Black Mamba would never. Probably not. I'm going to start recording. Look at the show ad. Already got it. It was set to go. Play the music. Wait for it to kick in. I feel like this is really quiet. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, we are here to talk about Omen Drome, and this is an adventure set for Archiver in Mothership 1E. I'm a big fan of Archiver. If you've missed it, there'll be a link somewhere at the end of the video, or maybe now or down below, for our version of Archiver that we ran last October. It was a riot. A new band came out of it called Sex Audio 22, and my cast just had a blast with it, and I, as the GM, just love horror movies in general. I'm a big VHS fan, and I feel like this just hit all the notes for us. As you play a team of people going in and doing a documentary, like what we do in the shadows, recording the lives of something going on, or taking bounties and handling things. But the whole idea is you're using cameras and recording instead of guns to fight the problem. And we had a bunch of people who are actors and work on stages and are grips and do that stuff. And this Omendrome is the first adventure from this company to do it. So let's go over, let me quickly show you Archiver so you know what to go look for. And then we'll take a look at Omendrome as well, because you're going to need it for what we do. So Archiver is a Mothership 1E, 68 page PDF or physical copy. You can find it anywhere. It's full color. It's lush. It's very important. I would say you would want this to run it. You don't have to, though. You don't have to. This has your classes in it and all that kind of stuff to run it, your sound recordist and everything else. It's a lot of fun. You got shot sheets and things you need to do to get the job done. But Omendrome was part of the big Kickstarter or backer kit for Mothership when they did Mothership Month. If you missed this Mothership Month, a lot of these things are being delivered as things are, the year is going on. But you can see all the amazing things you can get. And this one right here, Omendrome, is what we're going to talk about. So the gentleman who made Archiver, I met him back at GameholeCon, I think 2 years back now. Then we bumped into each other again at the Ennies at Gen Con, and I was just talking about Archiver, how much of a blast I had playing the game, and then reviewing it. And he's like, "Oh, did you do Omendrome?" I was like, "No, I missed the backer kit." So he sent me these to look over. And this is an adventure, so I don't want to ruin anything in case you want to run it. But I am going to briefly show you how it is laid out, what it is for, how it is played. First off, the art is amazing. Just the logo, I should say, is amazing. And the last logo I really want as a patch. So Omendrome, it is hyperlink for all you hyperlink drink fans. Everything is set up. You can see it is set up as a D10 bounties. He even has them numbered here, so you can just click to them. And then he has a setup for what Omendrome is. It is a pirate radio station, or a shock TV station. That is what you're going to be dealing with through this. He has it broken down between the call screens, which is what everyone is going to be dealing with. Those are pages 7 through 16. 18 through 31 is the subject dossiers for the warden, which is the GM. But like I said, if you don't have Archiver, he has explained how to make movies in a simplified style. Now, you're not going to have all the classes unless you have Archiver. And he even hyperlinks Archiver for you up here when he says, get Archiver right here. But he does have a breakdown for the shot list and what you're doing. And the goal is to get shots and then send them back and sell them for money. That's the game plan. But you're doing this for this pirate radio station of bounties. And the bounties are things that you're shooting to get the job done. And then you submit this footage to different organizations to get paid. And you have a list of deliverables that you have to match. And you either match or they get accepted or rejected depending on what you do. With that, he even has 100 Omendrome programs. I just highlighted a few of them in hot pink. Decapitation Island. The Ugliest Children. Black Hole Fest, no survivors. Someone in our chat said it sounds like Jared Leto would be there. And then, of course, Bride Duel. There's so many other ones on here. Undercover Boss, Barbed Wire Playground. You get the idea. You get the idea. And I would tie these in as they're flipping through the channels, like of 100 channels. That's how I would use this. And then, like, for example, that first bounty you get on the pirate station, let's say you find this one here. This is the piece that you show to the players so that they have access to the information. Everything on these sheets matter. Without me ruining anything, they're important for the player to read through, right? And then there's even a reveal version. Now, I'm right here, forward. If you're reviewing and you want to know my entire opinion on this, this is awesome. If you want to run VHS meets pirate radio station meets being a group of people doing a documentary and field research piece in the Mothership universe, playing archiving video, this is a great way to learn Archiver. Pick up Archiver, pick up this, your golden grams. Okay, now I'm going to spoil some shit, all right? It's going to be a few spoilers. Actually, hold on here. I think if we have a few spoilers, I should probably put something on here. My indicator for spoilers is going to be, how do I want to do it? We're going to use fall, okay? We have leaves up, spoilers are on, deal with it. Here, we'll get some lightning too, okay? So now you know, spoiler zone. There's other PDFs that are in this set. One of them is the actual pieces of the full shot of the art, along with what is said. You couldn't read it all here. This gives you a little bit more of the information and how they function. The reason they do that, if we scroll through all of these different pieces, these different bounties, you're going to get to a section here that says Warden Only. And we hit the first one, which is Mamba Barang. Tells you his stats. There's a dossier on him, what his dossier, what he is. It has leads on what you're going to be finding to find him. Details on the different information. Basically, he's a blind evangelical leader. And he has just crazy things. People's heads explode like scanners because of his character. The only way to get the certain audio you need is to plug directly into stage, and so on. And the rest of these are all the GM versions of these, so that you can run each one of these. And they're like their own one-shot adventure. They're really well done. Then there's a ship at the end as well. This has got a nice little layout for you. And there's a separate PDF that also has that, so you know what each one of the locations are that you go to. So if you look at this, you can kind of tell, like, hey, these are the different sections that you may end up at in the different areas. This is amazing. And I think Archiver needed its own adventure to run, because Archiver is one of those things that, unless you are big into movies and how movies are made, it may not make total sense to you. But once you've ran one or two, or you go watch some Netflix documentary and stuff, anything like that, you're going to learn how to run this pretty quick. Ask your film friends. But when they wrote this, they really kind of broke down the film process and how to do it, and they give you shot lists. There's form fillables for it. They give you everything that you need to do. And Omendrome is that adventure. I said that I really wanted the art in this. And there's just one piece that I want as like a hologram sticker. And it's at the very end of this. I really want this as a hologram sticker. I want that, and I believe that that's supposed to be like the digital tape or the wave, because it looks a little bit like film strip material. I want that all like decked out in hologram, and then the skull. And I want that as like I want a patch, and I want stickers for it, because that is awesome looking. Like, you survived Omendrome, and that's the piece that you stick out. And maybe around the circle of it, there's an area to punch how many of the bounties you got, like a collector's patch or card. I think that'd be really fun for this. If not, I will make it when I run it. So this is a really fun set piece. I think I'm probably going to run some of this at GameholeCon. I'm a big fan of having a pick up and play. And this could be a really fun way to do that. If you're looking for some new stuff from Mothership, I highly recommend picking up Omendrome. I feel that it's a great set piece. It's really different when you're playing a game that is based around filming and not around shooting. At least, not shooting guns. So check this out. You can pick it up over on their itch.io. I will have links down below if Omendrome is out yet, because I think I might have got a sneak peek copy. But that's it for me for the news section. If you're here live, or for our review section, if you're here live, stick around. We got a couple other things to talk about before we tidy up the show. But everybody else, thank you so much. I really quickly want to say thank you to all my patrons for what I do. I record these live during my shows, and I do that because I can put these out quicker and do less editing for it. So, without further ado, let's say thank you to my patrons. So these are all the people that make what I do possible. Without them, I couldn't do this. I couldn't make any of this stuff. And I feel like without patrons, for most creators right now, YouTube is almost not viable. Unless you have millions and millions of people and ads actually make you money, people like this are what make things happen. So thank you to all the toe tags on the screen right now. And if you're here for the live show, stick around. If you're watching this afterwards as the pre-recorded piece that's coming out to you, you let me know. Have you played Archiver? Do you play Mothership? Are you a big fan of VHS, the movie series? I love those. And Scanners. There's some vibes in Omendrome that really hit those notes for me. Down below, I'll put links to everything. But let me know, are you going to run Omendrome? And if you have ran it, which was your favorite bounty? That's it for me on Corpse Talk Live. Stick around if you're here as an actual live viewer, and we'll talk about a few other things before we tie up the show. So I'll leave that running. I'm going to stop the recording. Hey, what's up, Limelight Productions? Welcome. We did a live show, did a bunch of news articles, took a look over Omendrome. Copies and hyperlinks. I'm really excited for this. I have something planned already coming into October. I've been working really hard on Magic and Monsters Marks of Men for Daggerheart. And I'm working really hard on getting the Breacher's Living Wall going, because as Barnacle Bud seasons kind of wraps up for me, because it's a dock bar, I want to go back in and do what I do every fall through spring, to be honest, which is running paid games. And I really want to run Breachers, because that's what I've been working the most on. Athontia, we ran probably about 12 paid games for that. And then this one, I'm hoping to do more paid games for it. I think we're going to set Wednesday nights for the paid game. And that's kind of where we're going to put it to start. And then if we get enough players, I will open up a second day through a vote of what's going on. Because the first one's going to have to be my time, the people who are available. And then I might do a weekend day one, because I think some people need some daytime. And also let's get some people across the pond to get other people who are interested in playing as well. So Breach is going to be Shadow Dark using this new app. I'm going to do a deep dive into this app once I have everything set up. But I at least wanted to kind of showcase it today during the show. But again, thank you to the patrons. This means a lot. The Patreon has been growing. Our cartographer's coming out this month, along with a bunch of extra stuff for Breachers. A new secret sheet's coming out as well. A new recipe card is coming out as well. The recipe card will be free to everyone who just follows. And then the cartographer will go out to everybody who is backing. But yeah, let me head back over to the full screen here. Let me turn off our background stuff here. Hold on. I don't know if you guys saw it here. I can do this. I'll do the solo one. So I still have all the stuff from from Dragonlance set up in the background. That's what all these seasons come from, right? So you can see I got lightning bolts going off, weather, there's a summer one, there's a rain one, there's a winter one, which is my favorite, and then there's a wind one. So this is Corpse Mother, for those who are wanting to know what the audio is. I do have some more stuff coming up. I'm going to be back on again this Friday. I'm doing a Rise and Design. We're going to be finishing up Cartographer, I think, putting out, or working on Breachers. I'm working on getting all my interviews lined up. I really want the Bud season to be over before I start my interview process. I have a bunch of people as we're kind of lining up the nights of the week to do the interview. I definitely want to have the gentleman on from Archiver. I'd like to talk to him in person if he is at GameholeCon again this year. He was at the booth when you first walk in. I picked up the entire kit for Archiver. It's fucking great. It's such a great sit down and let's act like we're doing a film on the horrors of something in a space station, or the landing of a group of people on a planet for the first time and everyone disappearing, and you're there to record it and document it for the rest of the universe, and then you sell it to companies for shit. It's just a fun set piece. I really want to take Vasgrim, right? Which is Morkborg, but I want to take the set of Vasgrim, and I want to run Archiver and Vasgrim. I think it would be a really fun combo. So I might run like a Vasgrim style, write a Vasgrim style adventure for Archiver. I think it'd be kind of fun. But yeah, other than that, I've just been crushing getting all the stuff together for these things. The Magic and Monsters Marks of Men, that Daggerheart one is a lot of work. A lot more work than I was expecting it to be, because the way I'm setting it up, I basically have to make 80 new powers. Roughly. I guess roughly 80. And that's levels 1 through. So I could just make the first batch and then put more out as you go, but I kind of want them all done so the players know what their other options are based on the court they're a part of. But that's for another live show. It's a pretty deep dive. But that's it for me, everybody. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go walk my dog, chill, do a little bit more work. If you're watching this live, coming here for the live shows is awesome. I love doing these. I like using them as a recording day. And I love having an audience to interact with. A lot of friends are in the chat that we've made over the last couple of years, and some new ones. No Limelight. I don't know who you are, but welcome to the show. Unless you're not the Archiver guy, are you? But yeah, it's been fun, man. There's a lot going on in the tabletop indie scene, and I feel like I like to support a lot of the smaller third parties, but I am excited for things like, I love Free League. I love what they do. I actually really like Daggerheart so far. But D&D is probably never going to be on this channel again. I may talk about the news stuff for it because the news is important, but I know it is the widest band. I know as a content creator, it's what I should be talking about. But there's a lot of people who like other games. And D&D has just burned me since 4th edition, really, but I just don't think I can muster it. Someone asked me in one of my comments, hey, are you going to do any 5e coverage of 2024? And the answer is not unless I'm using it for bonfire material. But that's it for me, everybody. Have a great day. And as always, stay fucking rotten. I'll leave you with a little audio here to exit us out. Thank you so much for watching Corpse Talk Live today. If you're a fan of the show, like, subscribe, become a creep, lich, or fiend. Make sure that you understand everything that I do here is to entertain people in these tumultuous times. If you're a TTRPG fan, join our Discord. You can find us over there talking about everything tabletop gaming related and so much more. I'll see you guys on Friday. Stay fucking rotten.